Okay, next topic is loops. Okay, this is not the for while loop. Okay, I wish they had named it differently, but this is what the very useful in preparing data. Okay, and go ahead and download. Why is it not? Okay, so there it is. Okay. So instead of loop functions, we can think of this as apply functions. Okay. So there is a family of apply functions. Okay. And apply functions operate this way. There are two things that you have to provide, minimum, and then there are more than two if you like. One is the data on which the apply function must operate. Okay. And then the second thing is what operation should be performed on the data. Okay. So if you give it a vector, then the operation will be performed on the vector for all the elements in the vector. If you give a data frame, then whatever function that you say should be performed will be performed in each and every column of the data frame. If you give a data frame and a subset of the columns, then the function will be operated on that subset. And we have several apply functions, and we will look at each of them. Of these, lapply and sapply are exactly the same except what is given back. lapply gives you back a list. That's why it's called lapply. The result will be assembled as a list and it will be given back to you, which is very useful sometimes for accessing, but it doesn't make good presentation. So if you want to simplify it, then you say sapply. Sapply is simplified apply. So lapply and sapply are, as I said, exactly the same, except for what is returned back to you. Okay, so we're going to first we're going to look at lapply and sapply with a function that is already there in R, okay, like mean, median, standard deviation. These are built-in functions in R. So we can use one of those built-in functions, and we are going to use the built-in data frame called empty cars, right? So let's look at the names of empty cars. So here are the names. Okay. So now if I say lapply, right, empty cars, and then say mean. Okay, so now this is going to apply mean function to, since empty cars is a data frame, it is applied to each and every column, and then you get a list. So the list has first element has a name mpg and then the mean and so on. Okay. Now if I change to sapply, okay, so what happens? The only difference is it produces exactly the same result, except that it is more concise. So you get a vector. Instead of a list, you get a vector. Okay. Now you can use any function you want, right? So you say SD, then it's going to give you standard deviation. If you say median, it will give you median, and so on. Okay, so you can use any of the available functions and it automatically will apply it to each and every column of the data frame. You can also specify, okay, instead of saying, okay, I want for all of them, okay, I want only for some of them. Okay. So say I want this for the third column, the fifth column, the eighth column, and the ninth column. Then now when you pick and choose columns, you have to say, and for those columns you apply it to all the rows. So you have to do that. And also I forgot to put the function that needs to be used in sapply. Okay, so now you get that, and you can also specify the names. So if I say MPG DRAT and QSEC, okay, so it will give you the whatever function that we specify, it will give you that information.